What is up, guys? Welcome to another video. I hope you're excited because today we are reacting to Resident Evil Requiem. There's new gameplay footage. We're gonna see it all, and yeah. Right now, as of this moment, I'm playing Code Veronica. Check that out on my gaming channel, and please subscribe to that channel as well as this channel, because this channel we're gonna be reacting to a bunch of stuff, and we're gonna be making more stop motions, with figures like these. So please subscribe so we get more videos. I'm so sorry if I haven't uploaded. I'm uploading more frequently now, I promise you guys. So yeah, let's get into this. All right, let's play this video. Oh, sorry guys, so sorry. Ooh.
With the triumphant return of Leon Kennedy, Resident
Leon
Evil Requiem
Kennedy,
is
my
forced
man.
to straddle an awkward line between
One
all
of my
out
favorite
action and
characters.
methodical survival horror. I'll be honest, before getting
big
my
blubber.
hands on the game and seeing the transition in action,
Ooh.
I was extremely
Oh,
skeptical that Capcom would be able to create a coherent experience involving both
It reminds
Leon
me of,
and
like,
Grace,
Resident Evil
the latest
7.
highly vulnerable protagonist.
We got Grace Ashcroft and then Leon Kennedy.
Hey, over here.
The switching between their polar opposite styles sounds jarring, which is
Yeah.
almost never a good thing. And although it's been a while, it's not like we haven't been burned by Capcom's desire to push the series towards action before. But I'm pleased to share that, from my all too brief 3 hours of hands-on time with Resident Evil Requiem,
Dang.
not only does this design really work, but there's also a lot more going on than just a merging of Resident Evil's greatest hits.
Ooh. I can't wait to play this game, bro. It's gonna
My
be so
playtime started with a short
exciting.
test drive of Leon, and Resident Evil 4 muscle memory kicked in immediately. Make no mistake,
Ooh.
this plays just like the recent remake,
Ooh.
enhanced with some new clever additions suitable for a veteran badass. Leon is more handy than ever, with a deadly hatchet that can
Yo, he's
swing
got a hatchet. He's, like,
mercilessly
cleaning
added
up
to his
things,
regular
man.
arsenal.
Ooh. Ooh.
Leon can also heave axes found in the world, can perform new
Whoa,
contextual
yeah.
finishing moves,
Wow.
and
That move
finally
is so
wield the
amazing.
violent chainsaw. There was once a time when Leon feared the chainsaw, but now
Dang.
Leon has become Chainsaw, destroyer
Ooh.
of ghouls. After a short 15 minutes, the gameplay
Oh, dang.
shifted perspective to Grace Ashcroft, Requiem's
I don't
second
think I'm gonna like
protagonist,
this
picking
one.
up her
I'm
journey
more into, like, the
immediately after
action,
the events
like,
of
part.
the previous demo I wrote about in August last year. Grace and Leon are polar opposites.
Yeah,
Gone
they
with
are.
the tense gunfights and forward momentum of Resident Evil 4, as I was immediately thrust into what felt like a sterile, white, clean version of Resident Evil 7. For the next 2 hours, I explored the Rhodes Hill Chronic Care Center, a
Dang.
somewhat traditional
How do you
Resident
play
Evil
the
mansion
demos,
that contains
though?
much of what you might expect among its rooms and corridors, but with plenty of new
I
surprises.
low-key don't know how to play the demos. I want to play the
Surprises
demos.
that mostly arise thanks to Grace's abilities, or rather, lack thereof. Much like in the previous demo, Grace's section was focused almost exclusively on survival horror. She
Yep.
is armed with a small pistol that she finds in the environment, but her firepower and combat skills are negligible compared to our favorite floppy-haired icon. Where Leon can roundhouse kick zombies in the face,
Ooh,
Grace
that's
makes do
that's
with a
that's
clumsy
what I
push.
like.
Leon
You know, like
is
you
all out
just
assault,
you're
but the
free
best
to
course
do
of
like
action
whatever
for Grace
you want
is slow
with
and
Leon.
deliberate stealth. Because if you do try to take some of the new enemies head on,
Oh,
you're
dang.
gonna have a bad time.
Oh, the chef. Oh dang. Oh, Mr.
Last year's
X.
demo revealed a new and much celebrated stalker enemy, a towering, hunched, bug-eyed warden. But even within the span of my short
Who's-
3-hour session,
wait, is that
I was
Alyssa,
introduced to
though?
another two, giving me the impression that Resident Evil Requiem won't have one Mr. X or Nemesis-like persistent threat,
Oh.
but rather several smaller pursuers
Oh,
that seem
dang,
to
that's
guard
actually
certain
pretty cool.
wings of the Rhodes Hill Chronic Care Center. Most notable was a hulking mass of blubber called Chunk, who burst through
Chunk?
the wall and into my heart as he slowly but surely ground his way through the halls,
dang.
stairwells,
Oh.
and doorways in pursuit of me.
I don't think
Uniquely,
that gun's
Chunk
gonna do
fills
anything
the
to
space
him.
entirely, so your only chance of survival is to find and navigate loops built into the level design in order to outmaneuver the walking lardass. It's a clever design that generates
Alright.
a somewhat living, breathing wall of terror, and one you can't simply sidestep or combat roll away from.
Ooh. Oh dang, bro.
Much like the Stalker I escaped last year, Chunk is cleverly implemented into the context of traditional safe rooms. Where the room's bright light caused the previous Stalker pain, Chunk simply can't physically squeeze his shear mass through the door, making sure that there's a logical in-world justification for a room of respite. As well as Chunk, I also ran into a 7-foot-tall hulking unit masquerading as a chef, who, until he noticed me,
like
was
Mr.
completely
X.
focused on his chopping chores. This soon-to-be stalker wasn't yet in searching mode. Rather, he was fulfilling, I assume, his pre-infection duties. And this kind of behavior isn't unique to the chef. It turns out in Resident Evil Requiem, the traditional zombie fodder is just as much a star of the show. You see, zombies not only talk now, but also have their own
that's what
personalities.
Elpis does. That's
The
how
undead
it's
are no
different
longer
from other.
unfortunate.
So basically, this new virus Elpis, it's basically like these zombies retain like what they did when they were humans. So say there's a janitor, right? He's gonna keep cleaning as a zombie. It's unlike like T virus and G virus and all those other viruses and the Las Plagas. It's unlike those.
Generic lost souls, but rather husks that retain a smidge of living personalities, hanging out in the space that they once occupied. There's the lounge singing Shrieker in the bar area, who, before being alerted, entertains herself by belting out a ditty.
What the?
There are the zombies who were formerly patients in recovery that insist on wheeling around their drip stands,
What
which
the?
are
Why are they wielding it?
wielded as a weapon when they get aggroed. Some zombies hate loud noises and will repeatedly yell at you if you even so much as smash a vase. And then there's the one that loves nothing more than turning lights on and off until you rudely interrupt him.
What the? Why is he just turning lights on and off?
If it's not clear by now, Resident Evil Requiem, aside from being packed with action and fear, is also now funny. Something that the series has never, at least intentionally, achieved before. As Grace creeps around the hospital, there's the continual threat that around every corner awaits horror, or laughter, or sometimes even both. When you can hear the undead nattering away in a room you know you have to enter to achieve your next objective, it's hard to know whether to be scared or have a good chuckle. On paper, this sounds like it could be awful. I'm aware of that. But honestly,
I'm recording this late. I'm recording at like 2:10 in the morning, bro. Oh my god.
So hard when I caught one particular dopey zombie red-handed, both literally and figuratively, lifting a large and importantly red canister to throw my way. I'm sure you can imagine what happened next. The zombie fodder isn't just around to entertain and quickly be disposed
I'm gonna get jump scared a lot in this game.
Threat, always moving a little faster than you anticipate.
I mean, if I'm with Grace.
Corpses also pose a significant conundrum, as they have the ability to turn into blister heads. A reinvention of Resident Evil Remake's Crimson Heads for a new generation.
A blister head?
That reanimate with a bulbous cranium and become significantly tougher to take down. Fortunately, Grace has a new tool at her disposal, a hemolytic injector that weaponizes the buckets of blood lying around the place. Seriously, it's everywhere.
OP.
Creating a lethal injection that can be used as a preventative measure against blister heads when injecting a fallen enemy, and as a stealth attack against anything that's still moving. Beyond the new enemy types, playing as Grace does feel familiar if you've played either Resident Evil 7 or Resident Evil 2. Although obviously it leans more towards the latter if you choose to play as Grace in third person. You're exploring a huge mansion with locked doors. There are obtuse puzzles to solve,
so much like Resident
Evil 7. That can upgrade your equipment, Mr. Raccoons to shoot, safe rooms with a typewriter for saving and a storage box for inventory management, and so forth. Leon, however, can brute force open certain doors that Grace can't, and is far more aggressive with combat compared to Grace's methodical stealth.
See, that's what I like about.
Also choose to play as Leon in first person, though after a brief dabble, it felt very unnatural to do so. I can't help but think Capcom built the game with Leon in third person and Grace in first person in mind, but it's hard to complain about more choice, despite knowing deep down the development team surely had a preference. My demo ended with a second, all too short stint as Leon, which allowed me to revisit sections of the care center I'd previously experienced with Grace. Interestingly, this section demonstrated
this is going to be an awesome
favorite element of this hybrid experience.
I can tell you that much.
Leon is
I'm
also
definitely playing this.
To some of the tougher combat encounters that I'd suffered through as Grace. Although the perspective, much like my viewpoint of choice, is very different. When I met Chunk as Grace, I immediately retreated and was forced into a game of cat and mouse. The threat is intimidating and encourages you to tread lightly. As Leon, however, emboldened by my newly acquired shotgun, I felt instantly trigger happy, unloading shells right up into Chunk's face and launching hatchet attacks
gonna
on
fight
his
Chunk?
head as part of a fight that felt somewhat
go.
reminiscent of the El Gigante encounters in Resident Evil 4.
El
To
Gigante.
Grace, Chunk and his fellow creeps are stalkers. To Leon, they're targets. This ethos was reaffirmed when taking on a wave of blister heads with Leon at the end of my playtime. With Grace, I waited patiently for a stealth attack opportunity. With Leon, I was hurling hand grenades and throwing axes for fun. This year is the 30th anniversary of the Resident Evil series, so it feels like no coincidence that 2026's Resident Evil Requiem is combining the best ideas of the saga into what appears to be a fantastically constructed tribute to everything that makes the series so great. Do you like tense survival horror? It's here. Want to go all guns blazing with intense
guns
action
blazing,
and
man.
equip
Guns
as
blazing.
hero? You get to do that too. Do you prefer playing Resident Evil games in first or third person? Doesn't matter, you can do either. All of these choices, along with my fears of a jarring play experience being mostly squashed, make it easy to believe that Capcom's bold move to have its cake and eat it is going to pay off in a big way. If you like that video and want to find out more about Resident Evil Requiem, why not check out my previous preview where I discuss another stalker enemy in great detail. And for everything else, be sure to...
So yeah, that's pretty much it. I cannot wait to play this game. I definitely need to play this game. And so it's like, I mean, I guess it's 2:10, 2:12. So around 12:30 I'll probably start live streaming Resident Evil Code Veronica. I don't know if I'm gonna finish it. I'm probably gonna finish it next weekend. I was gonna finish it this weekend, but some things got in the way, so I might have to finish it next weekend. So yeah, but that's gonna be all. I hope you enjoyed. Please like and subscribe for some more videos like this. I'll see you in the next one. Peace. Shower Raptor signing out.